Money-related problems can be one of the most stressful and overwhelming things. There's been many points in my life where I needed the money, but I didn't exactly have it, and let me tell you, it's not a good feeling. That's why I decided to focus on my financial well-being, and one of the first things I did was build up an emergency fund. This immediately improved my financial health and happiness. In this video, I want to show you my top 5 reasons from my own personal experience on why it's important to have an emergency fund. That way you can learn from my mistakes and live a financially happy and healthy life. If you're new here, my name is Marquis and welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be all about the importance of emergency funds, and I'm going to be giving you my top 5 reasons from the mistakes I've made on why you should have one and the importance of them. Hopefully you can avoid the mistakes I've made, or we could possibly bond on the mistakes we've shared together and how we've moved past them, and now that we're better off having dealt with that. With that being said, let's just jump straight into these 5 reasons. My first reason for the importance of having an emergency fund is probably one of the most painful, and it is unexpected expenses. I know you, just like me, have probably had points in your life where you had planned to use the money on plane tickets, concert tickets, whatever it may be, and then boom, you get slammed with an unexpected medical bill or car repair, and then you have to take the money that you had planned to use for yourself for something fun and divert it to this priority that showed up out of nowhere, and that is never fun. Having an emergency fund can really soften the blow of these unexpected things that pop up, where you don't have to throw your whole budget off or rearrange your money just because this unexpected expense popped up. The emergency fund is there to take care of all of these things that life throws at you. And honestly, I've had to learn this lesson a couple of times, but now that I have, I am better off and I can never go back to how it was before. My second reason is job loss or reduced income. There was a point in my life where I had lost my job unexpectedly, and this was one of the most stressful points in my life because, as you know, just because you lose your job, that doesn't stop the bills from coming in, and I didn't have an emergency fund set up, so it made me super stressed out on how I was going to pay my bills. I was scrambling to find a new income, and if I had had an emergency fund set to the side, this would have made this period in transition to finding a new job a lot more smooth. I would have had a lot more breathing room to think about where I wanted to go and the decisions on my career versus just trying to find a new source of income. So that is a big benefit of having an emergency fund during such a difficult and big transition in your life. Now that we're halfway through the list, we can switch to something a little bit more positive, and my third reason for the importance of having an emergency fund is peace of mind. I cannot tell you how good it feels to know that I have a chunk of money set to the side that sole purpose is to be used just in case I'm hit with any type of financial struggle. This was one of the biggest financial milestones that I had achieved at that point in my life, and it feels amazing knowing that I'm going to be hit with unexpected expenses. That's just a given with life. But now I know that I won't have to rely on credit cards or loans to stay afloat while I figure things out if I'm hit with worst case scenario with things like job loss or reduced income. Jumping into our fourth reason, and one of the most important as well, and it is avoiding debt. There have been multiple times in my life where stuff came up, it needed to be handled, and I didn't have the money at the time, so I had to rely on credit cards to take care of business, and that is never fun because we know with credit cards, it's not just swipe, handle business, and it's done. No, they have the interest rates, the different fees associated with, and then your initial cost ends up being a lot more expensive versus if you had an emergency fund, it can be just clean cut dry and you leave it at that. And going into debt is not ideal for anyone who wants financial freedom or is looking to better their financial situation. So an emergency fund is crucial to stay out of debt with these unexpected expenses. We're at the end now, so let's end it with something positive. And my fifth reason for the importance of having an emergency fund is protecting your long-term financial goals. That emergency fund is used as a barrier of protection. So whenever you're hit with things that life throws at you, you don't have to touch into your investment accounts or your savings account. That emergency fund is there to handle everything that life throws at you. That way you don't have to put your other goals and aspirations on the back burner to take care of what's now in front of you. Having that fund there and knowing that it is there to catch you just in case you fall is one of the most empowering things ever. And that's a wrap on today's video, my top 5 personal reasons for having an emergency fund. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. And also comment down below on which reason resonated with you the most. I hope you guys go out there and do great things. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.